You know, I just now saw this and heard about it. There was an arrest in the Joshua Brown murder. Now, Joshua Brown was the witness in the Amber Guyger trial, was the key witness that convicted Amber Guyger of killing Botham John. Remember, Amber Guyger went into the wrong apartment, shot Botham John in the chest. He later died, and she was convicted of that murder, and she is getting a 10-year prison sentence. Probably going to end up doing 5 years or less than that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play some audio. Then I'm going to talk about it. Give me a few seconds. All right, here we go.
As you know, Joshua Brown was shot and killed October the 4th of 2019. He was shot and killed at 4606 Cedar Springs in Dallas, Texas, which is why we gathered here today. Through the dedicated work of my detectives, we have identified 3 suspects in the Joshua Brown murder. Jacquerious Mitchell, black male, 20 years of age. Michael Mitchell, black male, 32 years of age. Thaddeous Green, black male, 22 years of age.
Let me stop there. Notice how he emphatically said black male, black male, black male. They had to get that in because they're trying to control narrative, saying, you know what, it wasn't a hit, it wasn't, a white person that did it, because people were trying to play the race card. So that's why they put that there. They said a black male. They had to get that out there. Let's continue. Let's see.
According to suspect Jacquerious Mitchell, all 3 suspects came from Alexandria, Louisiana, to purchase drugs from Joshua Brown. Thaddeous Green was the facilitator. He's the one that contacted Joshua Brown. As they drove to the offense location, Thaddeous Green gets out of the vehicle, has a conversation with Joshua Brown, which escalates into physical altercations, at which time Jacquerious Mitchell gets out of the vehicle and he states that Joshua Brown orders him back into the vehicle and shoots him in the chest. As he's laying in the vehicle, he hears 2 more gunshots. He says that Thaddeous Green shot Joshua Brown 2 times. According to the autopsy report, Joshua Brown was shot 2 times in his lower body. One was a through and through, and the other entered his body just below the spine, traveled upward, damaging vital organs. Thaddeous Green also took the backpack that Joshua Brown had, as well as the gun that Joshua Brown had. Michael Mitchell was the driver. He dropped Thaddeous Green off at an unknown location, and he took Jacquerious Mitchell to Promise Hospital to receive treatment. He was later transported to Parkland Hospital, where he is currently in police custody. We will execute a warrant for capital murder on him today. We also received numerous tips as it related to the killing of Mr. Brown, and in that we executed a search warrant at Mr. Brown's apartment where we confiscated 12 pounds of marijuana, 143 grams of THC cartridges, and $4,000 in cash. We have also issued capital murder warrants for the other 2 suspects, Michael Mitchell and Thaddeous Green. These suspects are to be considered dangerous because they're armed.
Okay. Now I'm going to read.
Today, DeAndre Summerville.
I'm going to read some more of the article here. From NBCNews.com, and it says the suspects have been identified in the murder of Joshua Brown and the key witness in the murder trial of former Dallas Police Amber Guyger. The 3 identified as Jacquerious Mitchell, Michael Mitchell, and Thaddeous Green, traveled from Alexandria, Louisiana to purchase drugs from Brown. Now, wait a minute. Time out. So, this doesn't even make sense. You're traveling to Texas from Louisiana to do a drug buy for some weed? Oh, come on. That really doesn't make any sense to me. That's just like, okay, you're gonna kill somebody over weed? Because I'm gonna take a look at the U.S. map here because I want to see how far Louisiana is from Dallas. I just want to see. Okay, because to me, I can't imagine something like that will happen. Okay, Louisiana is next to Texas. Okay, but it just doesn't make any sense. You're going to kill somebody over weed. Come on now, come on. Excuse me, come on. Let me continue to read this. Jacquerious Mitchell was in custody at a hospital, and the other two suspects were being sought. So the other two suspects have not yet been caught. Avery Moore, the assistant chief, said at a news conference Tuesday, the two fugitives are to believe armed and dangerous. Yeah, I don't believe that. Jacquerious Mitchell told police that Brown shot him in the chest after Green and Brown got into an altercation during a drug deal, and that Green had shot Brown twice, Moore said. Green took Brown's backpack and the gun used to shoot Mitchell, and the three suspects fled the scene. The suspects dropped Jacquerious Mitchell off at a hospital, the assistant chief said, adding that the warrants will be executed for the other two suspects. Now, what happened to Jacquerious Mitchell? Was he shot? Was he hurt? What happened? They just said Jacquerious Mitchell was in Parkland Hospital, but how did he get hurt? Why was he hurt? Did he shoot him? Did he get into... See, the stories doesn't add up. And then you're going to charge him with capital murder? If I ain't seen a cover-up in my life, this one got to take the cake. Okay, this doesn't even make any sense. Okay, and it's so convenient. They had to put a hit out on him. And I'll talk about on my channel that, the crime in the black community and everything, and people, we need to, cut them off, the people, the savages in our community. But this doesn't make any sense. I just can't sit here and believe that. And see, what they're trying to say is, well, what the media is trying to say and everybody else trying to say, see, it had nothing to do with Amber Guyger and the witnesses. 3 black men shot them, so what you going to say now? See, this is what they're trying to put the narrative on. They're trying to say, they're trying to use that black on black crime narrative on some, I hate to say the word, on some nigga stuff. That's what it is. Let's just call it what it is. Niggas being niggas. Niggas killing another nigga over some drugs. That's what they'll try to use the narrative in Fox News and everything. They'll pick up on that real quick. Michael Mitchell is the suspected getaway driver. Police confiscated 12 pounds of marijuana, 149 grams of THC, cartridges, and $4,157 cash during the search of Brown's home, Moore said. Lee Merritt, a lawyer of the family from Botham John, who was fatally shot by Guyger, previously said Brown had reservations about testifying in the trial due to concerns for his safety. So this has so many holes in this story. It don't make any sense. He didn't want to testify. He knew he was being threatened. This boy was being threatened. And then you're going to come up with some BS about 3 black men killed him. Now, I don't know if he didn't, I'm not guaranteed 100% know who did it. But the story just doesn't make sense. On Tuesday, Merritt released a statement on behalf of the Brown family calling for Dallas Police Department to turn the investigation over to another agency. This family and their representatives have consciously avoided speculation about law enforcement involvement in this tragedy. However, due to the proximity of this murder with the trial of Amber Guyger, rumors abound. The statement said in part, a cloud of suspicion will rest over this case until steps are taken to ensure trustworthiness of the process. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson asked the public in a tweet over the weekend to refrain from speculations about Brown's shooting. Well, come on. It is so obvious. Oh, come on. A few days after the verdict, she gets put in jail. This doesn't make any sense. This has all speculations of a cover-up. But then you'll just have 3 black people. I'm not sure somebody's going to kill each other over weed. I'm not buying it. Okay. Let's go on to say, Moore said at Tuesday's news conference that Brown's killing was not related to his testimony in Guyger's case. As you know, there has been speculations and rumors that have been shared by community leaders claiming that Brown's death was related to the Amber Guyger trial and somehow the Dallas police was responsible, Moore said. And he says in the quote, I assure you that is simply not true, and I encourage those leaders to be mindful of their actions moving forward because their words have jeopardized the integrity of the city of Dallas as well as the Dallas Police Department. No, they're not, it's not jeopardizing their integrity. The Dallas Police Department is known for cover-up. When you have 3 police unions, why would you have 3 police unions? Why would you have a black, a white police union, and a Hispanic police union? That just doesn't make any sense. Dallas has the history of being corrupt, so they're not jeopardizing the integrity of the city. Come on. And community leaders have every right to sit there and question that. Come on. Shot at point blank range, stories just doesn't add up. And then you're going to have people come on my channel saying, oh, you just can't accept it. You always think a white man did it. I never said that a white person did it. I don't know who did it. I wasn't there, but the story just does not add up. Brown was murdered 2 days after Guyger was convicted of murder. Brown's slaying Friday occurred less than 6 miles from the apartment complex when John, his neighbor, was fatally shot on September 6th. Brown had lived across the hall from John at the Southside Flats apartment building in Dallas. He was a key witness in the trial, testifying that he heard an exchange between 2 people and then 2 quick gunshots. He also testified that he had also walked to the wrong floor of the apartment in the past, which was Guyger's explanation for why she entered John's apartment thinking it was her own. Guyger, who lived on the floor below John, testified mistakenly she had entered his apartment instead of her own. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Okay. So this just doesn't make any sense. This has all intentions of a cover-up, and this looks like a cover-up all the way. It just looks like a cover-up. Okay, and people are going to say, well, Dallas Police Department didn't have anything to do with it. You just reaching for something. You know, your people have a history of hurting each other, and you just don't want to. First of all, why do you care about what our people are doing? That for those who have that issue, okay, because you don't see black people going in white communities killing white folks. You don't see that. You really don't. You rarely see that. So when people say black people are a danger to this country, that is false. Reason why people kill people is because of poverty and other situations. Yeah, we have problems in our community real good, and I've called them out. I've called them out on this channel. But that's another story for another day. But tell me what you think of this. This has, all eyes and all intents purposes of a cover-up, in my opinion. This has cover-up written all over it. So leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe.